Well, everybody, welcome back to Radio Day 2022 in the beautiful sunny skies of Alameda, California. I'm Don Blue and love being a part of radio for many, many years. One of the big things in radio, of course, is the T-shirt toss. If you were in the audience and the disc jockey on stage was throwing out T-shirts and you were one of the lucky people, it was a big day. Now, there is a T-shirt that a lot of celebrities are wearing these days. Lots of celebrities are wearing them these days, all over town. There's one left in captivity, and I'm throwing it today. So, this little boy right here, how tall are you, little boy? Get out of here, you're not getting any. Whoa! There he is.
Where's the mark start?
All right, take off your shirt, put it on.
I don't have that, I guess.
Oh, maybe a little later. Okay, so we still have tickets available over here for our drawing this afternoon. I think they're 3 for $10. What a bargain. 4 great items over here you can win. We'll be hearing radio drama coming up shortly. We'll have more music today. We also have another auction coming up. Rosie Allen will be the auctioneer. That's coming up later on today. Earlier, I took a survey of listeners around the area, and we asked them the question, what was the most memorable thing that you've heard on the radio over the years? It could be an announcement of an election. It could be a blooper call. It could be a touching phone call between a mother and her daughter who were now reunited after being separated at birth. It could be the update of a fire or earthquake. Any of those things. The answer that most people said, the radio meant that sticks in their head the most, that they remember always, goes like this. Dial 1-877-CARS for kids, KARS, car for kids, 1-877-CARS for kids, donate your car today. Were you saying boo or blue? So that's the way it goes in radio. But I'll tell you one thing, there was an air personality that anyone who ever heard him never forgot. They called Don Sherwood the world's greatest disc jockey. Actually, Don Sherwood called Don Sherwood the world's greatest disc jockey. He held down mornings at KSFO for years, and he is now the name behind the Don Sherwood Award that we're about to present. And to make the presentation here is the executive director of the Bay Area Radio Museum Online and the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame, both programs of the California Historical Radio Society. Here is Len Shapiro.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Oh, Mike.
Mike.
There
Mike,
you go.
There we go. All right, welcome to the announcement of the 17th class of the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame. We're going to start it off with the Sherwood Award, of course. That's the most popular disc jockey by vote of the public, and that's a local disc jockey, not syndicated, local originated programming. And that award goes to a three-peater. He's won it 3 years in a row. He's rallied his troops together to make the vote count, and that is John Evans from KCBS.
All right.
John has been on the air for 40 years in the Bay Area, the last 13 at KCBS. John, come on up and get your award.
John Evans.
John, here you go. Say a few words.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm rather embarrassed about this, the embarrassment of riches of the Don Sherwood Award, but I'm here with my family today. My 2 granddaughters, Olivia and Sienna, are over there. My husband, Tim. One of my sons, Jeremy. So I just wanted to say hello to them. And I also wanted to point out someone who came here today, Ken Durr, who is a KCBS listener, just graduated from Stanford as a transportation engineer, and he came here to meet me today. And and I'm really touched by that, and I wanted to point that out. So thank you, Ken, wherever you may be, and to Len Shapiro at the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame, and to Steve Cushman, I thought I saw him around here somewhere, from the California Historical Radio Society, and my old partner Don Blue from K101. Great to see you.
For you.
Yeah, he's the one who voted for me. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Here's your word. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good, John. Thank you very much for being here and being part of it. So now we're going to announce the inductees, the 10 inductees. This will bring our membership in the Barhoff to 231 members, covering 113 years of Bay Area broadcasting that started with KQW in San Jose. So now let's turn it over to Ben Fong-Torres in the class of 2001 Barhoff and Terry McGovern, class of 2008 Barhoff.
Let's get these people inducted.
We're so far behind, we'll skip all the ad-lib jokes.
Absolutely. I had tons of ad-libs.
We're here to induct the new class to the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame, known as Barhoff. And Terry McGovern and I are here to do the honors.
Ben Fong-Torres,
And
ladies and gentlemen.
best thing about it, no acceptance speeches. So, Terry, the first category is for program host music. And the winner is John Evans. Just kidding. The winner...
He just left. That's why I had to move my car.
Inductee
There he is.
Annalisa.
Annalisa, all right.
We remember her. I remember her fondly, primarily as a midday host on KFOG, following Dave Morey and the Morning Show gang. And after Dave departed or retired, Annalisa took over 10 at 10. And for a while, she also did the morning show at KFOG, went on to the Rock, maybe she was at the Rocker before. But anyway, she also has the Rocker, KRQR, part of her credits. And then she moved on back to her home territory of New England. We hope she'll come back for the induction ceremonies. She is our Hall of Fame program host. Music. Terry, where are you?
Yeah, she's not here, though. That's too bad.
Go ahead and talk about our... Oh, I can help you with that.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Category.
Mayor Art. Oh, I'm sorry, I blew it. Program talk show host Mayor Art Finley. Yes?
Mayor Art from KRON days in the 70s, and then he went on to success in radio as a talk show host on KGO and KSFO, two of the biggest stations in town.
He did a trifecta.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
because he also served time on the All News station before it was All News, KCBS, which was a kind of a magazine format of both news and talk.
Yeah, they said Dave McElhatton had a great morning show. That was before it went news.
That's right. And now, he
Art
was
Finley's
also a
the
news
man.
anchor. Okay, our next honoree is going to be in the newscaster category, and we will be honored to bring in Dave Padilla. A very familiar voice, if not face. He began on KSOL for 12 years, became news director there, and then moved over to KCBS, where he served 26 years, weekend anchor, and, of course, a lot of reporting work. Dave Padilla, well-deserved. Terry?
Bravo. Read the outside of the envelope first, sir. Yes, thank you. Sportscaster. That would be a fella that describes
Spurts.
something sporty.
That's right.
Something sporty going on. Oh, my word. Look at this.
Who is it?
Rick Walcott.
No,
Oh, it isn't.
you nut. The name is on this side.
Oh, it's on that side. Bruce McGowan. I hope Rick is here so I can apologize personally.
I hope Terry is here.
I hope I am too. Someday I'll get here. Bruce McGowan, where are you? He didn't come? He's the one guy on the list I know. He's not here.
Unlike raffle drawings, you don't have to be here to win. So, this is just the announcement, McGovern, okay? And the next one is in the category of specialty. All kinds of stuff having to do with radio. And who the hell is it? It's...
Give me one so I can study in advance. I need
sure.
it.
Kenny Wardell, Sr. Yeah! No need. No, Kenny, just... relax, but let me just say that Kenny has cut a wide swath in radio and beyond. And that I first knew him as a promo man for RCA, West Coast. He also showed up on KSAN, Jive 95, as a fill-in weekend DJ. He moved on to KMEL when that first came as an AOR station and guided them in terms of promotions. He did masterful work at KFOG during one of their many heights of programming with M. Dung as the morning guy.
The man.
Yeah.
M.
So, and then he went on to work with BAM Media, and he does all kinds of stuff still. He has not slowed down, so we'll be honored to welcome Kenny Wardell Sr., not Junior. Junior stays home, but Kenny Wardell Sr. into the Hall of Fame.
Kenny.
And there he is in a light blue jacket.
There he is right there, folks.
Or is that a Don Blue t-shirt?
He used to have stacks of records. Remember records under his arm? And he would give them to us. You don't have any more, do you? Yes, you do. I'm sure you do. Stashed somewhere. Okay, let me do this intro. I made such a bash of everything. Let me see if I can get this one right. About 1968, I'm back in Pittsburgh working at KDKA. I'm working for a guy named Neil McIntyre who has friends in radio everywhere. And he's just a young guy, but he's been everywhere already. And as a trick, it's my birthday. We're watching a basketball game. Can't tell you what. But he says, I'll be right back. And he goes into the room and comes back. And he had made a phone call unbeknownst to me. And he called the guy in the booth because he knew Johnny Holiday personally. So we called Johnny and he said, make an announcement and say McGovern's name. Needless to say, I almost had a heart attack. And that was my first introduction to Johnny Holiday, who was in my books already then, but has certainly earned the title by now. Hall of Fame legend, Johnny Holiday.
Yeah.
Did I get that one right?
Johnny Holiday.
He was a legend. I mean, the guy has done everything.
Dates back to the beginning of Top 40 Radio in New York at Wynn's.
Yep.
Came to KYA and one-handedly formed the KYA Wonders, a basketball team that played fundraisers.
He's a great athlete.
Fantastic athlete. And then went on after Top 40 back to sports as a sportscaster and play-by-play guy in Washington, D.C. Yeah. And he is still working. So welcome, Johnny.
Yeah, welcome indeed.
In the pioneer category, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ira Smith. And this is reflective of the fact that the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame goes beyond the 3 or 4 metro county areas. It is all 9 counties that are covered. And so we include Ira Smith from KVON, the voice of Napa. He started there in 76, wound up doing just about everything there.
You can always use some friends in Napa, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Huh? Okay. Mendocino for you. Do you have, give you this one. Terry?
We don't need a rim shot, do we, for those of you who still have hearing? Okay, good. Is it my turn?
Your turn.
Is he here? Please, God, let him be here. I want to roast this guy alive.
None of these people are here. They don't know they're supposed to be here.
They don't know they're supposed to be here?
Correct.
And you're proud of that?
It's a surprise.
Oh, it's a major accomplishment.
Surprise.
Management. I worked for this guy. This was the lowest life. No, I'm kidding. He was great. He was great. I wish you were here. I would have strung that out a little bit more. But his reputation and his successes are many. I was in his employ. I was one of his guys. Whoa, what the hell was that? I really have to stop and think. Sometime in the late 90s, I think, for 15 or 20 minutes, I was at KYA, and Ed Cramp ran it then. And he was too much fun. You know what I mean? He was one of those guys that you just couldn't believe that he was your boss. But yet he was. And he ran a really good ship and a very successful radio station. And to prove it, he went on for decades after that to continue to make big points. So let's take a look at some of the companies. Of course, the big guys, Clear Channel, Entercom.
Intercom.
Yeah, see, that's how long I've been on the radio. What's this say?
Yes.
But listen to these call signs, if I will. I will. KABL, KMEL, Wild 94.9, KISS. He doesn't even have KYA on here. So I was way before he became a legend. Anyway, give it up for a really terrific guy, a wonderful radio man, Ed Crampf.
All right. For the engineer category for the Hall of Fame, it's going to be George Zima. George Zima. And everybody in Top 40 Radio in the Bay Area knows of his work with KFRC during their prime years, sometimes decades. He worked with Dr. Don, among all the personalities of KFRC, Bobby Ocean as well. He was part of the Sturgeon, the mobile van that KFRC had roaming the Bay Area. So, congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame, George Zima.
Way to go, George.
Next is, you can name the category. I can help you with the material.
And okay. There's nobody in here.
Not in here.
Nobody won the legendary station.
Yeah, sorry, dead air.
Hey, Ernie K saying people left, we can get the band back.
Well, actually, you are wrong.
No, I know because we actually, K-San was given a very, very tough time by these guys.
Yeah.
They were a super radio station. Please tell them who it is.
It is KMEL 106. They just had their big luncheon celebrating this fact. They roared out of the gate in 1977, became one of the top-rated radio stations in Northern California. Big numbers of 18 to 34 and 25-54 in both or all sexes. It's amazing. It was the beginning of the 80s. They had a gold mine of great music to go through. The Boss, Van Halen, U2, U3, AC/DC, Metallica, and then here comes a new San Francisco station that did attract an incredible lineup of talented radio personalities under the aegis of GM Rick Lee, and the names include Alex Bennett, Joe Rogelski, Mary Holloway, Paul Vincent, Tony Kilbert, TK, Michael St. John, Howard Hoffman, Rick Chase, we're into the top 40 era now, Ronell Brooks Moon, and J. Paul Emerson, all adding up to indeed a legendary station that will be enshrined into the next Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame, Terry.
I always reminded Alex Bennett that all these numbers and all these great things happened after I left.
I would have sworn I mentioned Alex Bennett, but...
I said, go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
And that's it. Well, congratulations.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry.
One of the best classes ever. And as you probably know by now, I'm here to park your cars. Just let me know.
But no, seriously, Terry, just a second.
Yes.
Catches up. What are you up to these days? I know the last thing you were doing was teaching voice talent and acting.
Yes, I'm still teaching, and in the fall we open up a new semester of the Marin Actors Workshop, which I've been teaching for 25 years. And not one of my students has gotten a job yet. They are so dumb. They keep coming back. No, it's the joy of my life, outside of my grandchildren, to teach acting and broadcasting and all the wonderful, wonderful riches that I got out of this trade, craft, art form. Let's call it an art form, okay? It has paid me back 1,000 times over. And so I like to teach every once in a while some of the stuff that I learned along the way. I have a wonderful girlfriend who is not here today. So the relationship, I don't know. The relationship is fine, but Katya is not here. She sends her regards. And I do have 2 grandchildren, and I have one boy is a police officer, and the other is a registered nurse. They're frontline, solid citizens helping the community all the time, and I love them, and I love you too. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Terry. I don't have any grandchildren, but we do have a new rescue dog named Marley, formerly Charlie. We renamed him. And if you don't know by now, there is a documentary about my life and career called Like a Rolling Stone, now streaming quite contentedly on Netflix. Hope you'll catch it.
You know, I had one golden opportunity here, was to introduce that, and it would completely left my brain, but I saw it the other night, and it is absolutely... I look out and I see people relatively the same age out here. Well, when you see this documentary, you're going to be seeing part of your own earlier years, and you're going to revel in it, and you're going to be so impressed, even though you already knew but when you realize the accomplishments of this young man to my right, you'll be
man.
so proud of him. Ben Fong-Torres.
Thank you. And thank you again, Terry McGovern.
Oh, that's it. We're done.
Get off the stage! Yes.
Abbott and Costello, everyone. Abbott and Costello. Thank you. Who's on first? So, moments from now, I'm going to give you a little memory. When I was a kid, we used to go out to my grandmother's house, and on the way back at night, and you're tired, and you're sitting in the back seat of the car, and you're listening to a radio drama, and it could be any of those dramas from years ago that we will be reenacting shortly. In fact, it's going to be quite the tribute because we have live music that will be included in our drama today. So we're just going to set up for a moment, and then, dun, 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 dun. That's all I got to say. Be right back.